Hey YouTubers, Grimmy here, and this is the video review for Figma Leonmitchelli Galette de Rios from Dog Days. And, yeah, it's a long name, but, we'll just call her Leo, because that's what they call her in the series. Funny story about this one, I actually bought her before I even heard of Dog Days, the series that she comes from. I was pretty much sold on her because she's a Catgirl, and I love Catgirl, so, yeah. And, later on, like, maybe a month after I got her, I got to watch Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll.com came to PS3, and I was able to subscribe to that, which I highly recommend if you love Japanese anime and you don't mind subtitles. And I actually got to see Dog Days, and I loved it. This was one of those crazy series that don't make a whole lot of sense, but are a lot of fun to watch. But anyway, watching that series got me to love this figure even more than I did beforehand. But let's get down to her. We'll start with the box she comes with. It's a nice open window box. You can see where she would be, and if you look carefully behind her, the logo for the Dog Days series is right behind her, which is a nice touch. It's very nice that Max Factory actually goes to that far of a length to make their figures stand out. But yeah, the box is done very nicely. You got a nice view of the figure right here. Images of poses, accessories, and all the stuff that she comes with. A nice Figma logo on this side. And what's really interesting is they went the extra mile and wrote Leo's name in the language of the world she comes from. I mean, that's actually, I think it's called Flonyard writing. So, that's interesting. And it's a nice extra mile for Max Factory to do. But, yeah, enough of the box. Let's look at Leo herself. As you can see, she's sculpted very well. I mean, very accurate to the series in her battle armor. You can see she's holding one of her halberds. And she actually comes with two of those, which is incredible. And you can see the stand that she comes with behind her. It's an interesting fact. Let's get to our articulation. I'll get a little bit more into that. First up, she's actually got articulation in her cape, so it can billow out or be flat against her back if you'd like, which is really awesome in itself. Interesting enough, this cape pegs into her back and actually goes through her stand to do it. Now she does come with something that will let her have the cape on without the stand, and I'll show you a little later. But the rest of her articulation goes as she's got a ball jointed head. Her hair can hinder it a little bit, but not too much. She's actually got articulation in her hair, so you can have it really in some nice poses, or have it all together, depending on how you pose her. She's got articulation in the arms. Like, her shoulders are a little limited just by the way they're sculpted, but they're done pretty well. She's got some swivels in the bicep, above the bicep, and she's got a swivel right below the elbow as well. Nice hinged elbows. She's got swivel at the wrist, and these are removable. Some of the wrists she comes with are actually have the forward back articulation, but it's kind of loose, so that's something to watch out for. She has an articulation joint below the bust, another articulation joint at the waist, so she's got plenty of articulation there. Ball jointed hips, swivels right at the thigh, right where the jean shorts actually meet the thigh. Hinged knee. Somewhat of a hinge at the boot. Swivel left and right. And a little swivel like this too. So she can actually get a little bit longer stances. Oh yeah. She also has articulation at the tail. It's kind of hard to see it from the front, so yeah, I forgot it for a sec. Yeah, she's pretty well articulated. She is able to stand without the figure stand. And with or without the cape, she looks really good. But, yeah. Like all Figmas, she comes with her own little baggie full of accessories. And they even include the baggie, which is always a plus for me. But yeah, she's got plenty of cool accessories. She's got this other halberd, which is even more vicious looking than the one she's got in her hand. And that's a heavy one too. She's got the usual hand tray with all kind of hands. You got splayed open hands. You got some fists. You got a fist here and a fist on her hand. You got some regular holdy things hands. And she's got and on her wrist you can see she's got the more bent forward holdy thing hand. And of course she even has this little peg thing that's designed to hold her cape onto her back when she's not using her stand. And also she has a more calm, happy face. But yeah, let's get down to some of her accessories. Now, oh yeah, she also has the seal of Galette that goes over her wrist, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So you take, say, this arm here. You remove the hand that's attached. You select which hand you want. I'm just going to use the same fist. But see, there's a teeny tiny little hole. I don't know if I can get it to focus a bit. I know it's kind of hard to see since it's somewhat of a clear plastic. There we go. As you can see, there's a tiny little hole there. I don't know if you can make it out very well, but yeah. A little hole. Peg goes right through it. Or at least it's supposed to. It's like threading a needle. Okay. Yeah, got it. See? Peg goes in the hole. Then just peg onto the wrist. And she's showing off her shield, the seal, ready to charge up a nice powerful attack, which is pretty cool. You want to switch out the halberd. Figma actually makes it easy on this one instead of what they did with Link. Oh. Yeah, you got a couple points where the like the halberd actually comes apart. Just a little bit. Yeah. And this part of the handle just pops off. Makes the axe just slide right out. And you can just pop the hand out. Oop. This back in view. Sorry, I'm not used to doing this on camera. And we'll just switch it out for the right regular foldy thing hand. Just pop that in. Now we'll just take our axe. Could have sworn there was a piece that actually... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we'll just take the top part of the halberd, or battle axe, in this case. Run that through. Pop the axe in place. Oops. Let's try that. Take two. Yeah. Axe goes into place like that. And as you can see, that hand is very floppy, which is a concern of mine. That's a negative there. But, you know, it's not a huge one. And we'll just take this off. Put the left holdy thing hand in. We'll actually instead take off the bottom piece. Slide the hand in. Pop it in the wrist. And put the little bottom piece back on, if it'll go on. And there we go. We got Leo dual wielding her giant axe, which looks awesome. And yeah, she looks pretty cool. Now if you want to change her face, just pop off the hair, pop off the face, slide this back on, slide this on here, and boom, new calm happy face. And for the cape, just got to get it off of the figure stand. Now we run this through. And you may want to try taking the head off when you're doing this. There's a hole on her back where the figure stand would go. So you just take this peg, goes right into that hole. And that'll go right through to the body. And now you got her cape on. And yeah, she looks pretty good. For a quick size comparison, if I can get her to stay standing. Yeah, that cape makes it a little bit back heavy, so you gotta be careful. But we'll bring in Link. It happens to be handy still. So you can see Link's a little bit taller, but not by a whole lot. And just because she's really nearby, we'll bring in Queen's Blade Menace. Revel Tech. So you can actually see she goes fairly well with most figures of this scale. So you get your Revel Techs, your figure arts, like the Red Ranger here, who's actually a bit tall, but you know, she can go well with all of them. But anyway, I hope, and before I forget, everything I've done with Leo with the hands and face and the hair, you can do with Link. His hands and faces work the same way. So it's easy enough to switch those out. I know I forgot to actually change them out. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the review. I'll see you guys a little later. Have fun. Take care. I do highly recommend her. This is one, if you saw my top 10 for 212, she was actually on there. And yeah, I stand by that. She is definitely worth having. She was one of the best of last year. And I highly recommend her. So, take care, have fun, and I'll see you later. Bye.